I wanted to get the tier list done at the beginning, so I didn't have to do this while I'm on Zoom with you guys.
Have an American flag as your background, Jose.
And then we can have tea.
I feel like within 3 minutes of the start of the record, Marie's gonna curse someone out.
Oh mate, it's happened already.
Second Neil joined the chat.
Like, fuck. And I was like, where are my films? They're not all on the list. There's two. There's definitely two that need to be added.
It didn't have a release. It had a festival release, not a cinema
The
release.
festival release do count. As I said, I mainly made
Except
the cinematic release rule for Neil.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
I agree
The
with
system is flawed already.
I don't see a list on
Because
here.
David will just plop it on the tier list.
No, seriously, where's the list though? I don't see a list.
In the chat, Jose.
It's in the
Which
chat.
We needed
But-
roads?
Yes.
Yes.
You know what? I take it back. I think Jose will be the one that doesn't know how to do the tier list.
Hashtag 28 inches later.
It's a big dick.
Exactly. Like a lot of people have said that. So
So it's in a lot of the film.
It's there all the time, Jose.
Jose,
they're
in
not
your
the
face.
only ones who picked up on it. They're not the only ones who picked up on it. Everyone's been saying it that it's
Jose,
Yeah.
it's just a big dick. That's all you need to know.
I'm gonna get a wild buffalo calzone.
That's wonderful, Neil. That's wonderful.
What's he talking about?
That's
Food.
exactly what we need to know right now.
Is Marie the boss of this episode?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel awkward.
Marie, pull rank.
I don't like being in a position of authority.
Hold on, let me see if I can do something real quick.
It's not like you've had 26 minutes, Jose.
I just thought of it. There we go. Now I look a little fancier.
I don't even want to get into it. Hi, and welcome to our mid-year movie tier episode of the We Need a Rose podcast. And usually, I'm your host, Neil. But today, I'm handing the reins over to our overlord of the tiers, Marie. But before I do that, here's the rest of the We Need a Rose team. Mr. Jose Lopez, happy 4th of July as we record this. How's it going, man?
So far, everyone has 10 fingers. We're good. Fireworks, Neil.
Fireworks, not in reading. Okay, good to know. And of course, we're joined by our OG basement dweller in a good way because he loves horror. Horror basement, horror dungeon. Oh, that's all gone badly wrong. Hey, it's David. Hey, David, how's it going?
It's good, man. I can't out-weird Neil's intro. I can't out-weird Jose's intro. So
That
I'm
was
just gonna
weird.
say hey.
The fireworks
No,
reference
the
was
10
weird.
fingers thing was weird.
And then I made it weirder, right? And then I made it weirder.
Yeah,
And of
you-
course, we have Marie, who is in charge of this, well, cavalcade of anarchy that is just cavalcade of chaos that is going to emerge over however many hours it's going to take. Because we frankly have no idea. So, Marie, tell our viewers and listeners what the pod plan is for today.
I'm questioning all my life choices at the moment, guys.
As you well
because
should.
I usually forget that there's a significant age difference in this group, but until I try to explain what a tier list is to you guys, that's when, no offense, I remembered, oh, you guys are old.
For the record, I am the second oldest, and I know exactly what a tier list is. I had no issues understanding this.
Now I know what a tier list is. There's only one of us, and I hope he is down there on my screen.
Is he here for you?
He's
Is he
down.
here for me?
He's down there.
You're pointing
He's
at
got
Jose
here.
at the moment.
Am I?
Yeah,
Okay,
you're
he's
pointing at
down
Jose.
there.
Just post
It's
straight down.
There's only this person here that doesn't know.
I knew what a tier list was before tier lists were a thing, right? The whole S ranking system down, that was in Capcom games like Resident Evil back in the day when we did a speed run. I know what a tier list is, my friends.
Neil put the hello fellow kids gif here because that's how you sound at the moment.
I would quite happily have Steve Buscemi's career.
Anyway, so yeah, I thought because in order to streamline our end of the year list, I thought it would be a fun thing if we did a mid-year tier list. I believe we have 40 movies to get through, so make sure you keep it brief. And these guys wanted to add even more.
Neil,
So
cough. Neil,
Yeah.
cough.
So we're only doing
David, all right.
cinematic releases just to streamline this. So Netflix original movies like The Electric State or Apple's movie The Gorge does not count.
Are you telling me I can't use Your Quarterly Invited with Will Ferrell and Reese Witherspoon, an Amazon Prime original?
No.
That's fine. It was absolute trash. Good.
Look at and sneaking him in.
He still
I was
managed to
about
get
to
it
say,
in there.
I was about to point this out, and then he has the audacity to say that I talk more.
You've just spent longer complaining about me, and I got it in, and it was done, and it was quick, and it was over. It was trash. Moving on.
I'm gonna love this. This is great.
I can feel the tension already. You can-
I went for a box standard tier list. S is at the top tier, best ever, and then F here is at the bottom, worst of the worst. I didn't want to overcomplicate it, you guys, because I know this is already too much for you.
I've got one question. Sorry, already. A, B, C, D, F. Was there supposed to be an E, or did we just get rid of it?
Slap him. Slap him.
Do you know how grades work, Neil? Do you know how grades work?
I feel like I'm right here, but because of my dyslexia, this could happen. I mean, there is no grade E, is there?
No, there's not.
I mean, F is worse. I originally had D and F, like stuff that we didn't finish, but I think that we could combine
I
the
can
two.
see Neil's confusion because we didn't have S as a grading in school.
No one does. This is, I believe it's
Yeah, I think if
In
no, I
your
know.
face.
No, I know it's just the tier list thing, Neil.
I know
You're
it's
the
a
one
tier
that
list
doesn't
thing.
because you got confused by the F thing. I was helping you out, and now you're on your own.
There was no F thing. I was like, there was an
You're
E.
on your
Usually-
own now, Neil.
How do you... In
You're on
what
your own.
normal society do you go from D to F? There's an E in between.
No, but not in
Unless there
grades.
isn't. Unless
in
there isn't.
school, you didn't have an E grade. You either
You
had
did when I went back in the Stone Age, apparently.
you had D,
Yes.
and then you had an F for fail.
No, we had E and we had an F. We even had a G grade.
What was even the
You
point
were
to
old,
go that
man.
far?
That is old. A G.
Yeah.
You had a G grades.
Yeah, it was not very good. I got it twice.
Did you do?
The irony,
Did
not
you do
good.
GCEs, not GCSEs?
I'm not that fucking old, David. GCSEs. Anyway, moving on.
The movies,
Yes.
as you can see here, are all in alphabetical order, except for the last two because Neil made me add those last minute.
Damn right.
So yeah, so how this is gonna work? This is gonna be a collective tier list. So expect fights and arguments. If you're the only one who's seen this movie, you get full control of where it lands on the tier list. However, if you have seen this movie with someone, and if someone else has seen this movie, that's where a debate happens. It will have to be like a compromise will have to be met, and it will have to be knocked down a tier. But, and I might regret this decision, to add even more chaos into the mix, I'm giving everyone one veto, which gives them, again, full control of the movie and where it lands on the tier list.
David, for the love of God, if you ever want to remain friends with Marie, do not use your veto to drop Flo down the list. That's all I'm saying.
Oh no! Why would I do that?
Oh, I forgot to say this. You can only talk about the movies you have seen. You cannot
Really?
weigh in.
Okay.
I mean, I'm
I
not
thought
Neil.
that was obvious, but
I'm not
mean-
Neil.
I don't know. I just thought it'd be funny to say.
It was.
The sheer audacity of everyone today.
Right.
I'm gonna be stirring the pot today.
Marie, what's the first film? Let's go. Let's do it.
Exactly. Before this turns into an episode of The Bear,
Hey.
let's dive right in and put Neil and David in the hot seat because the first movie on the list is 28 years later.
Neil, I want to put this in A tier straight away. I think this is an A tier film.
I concur.
No, I mean, if you both agree, we can...
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it was a really good film. It was really enjoyable. I think A for Alpha Dong. And-
I am not putting the counter up in this episode, man. I'm not. Yeah, I agree with that.
Good storytelling, great visuals.
Jose, you can't weigh in. You haven't seen it. Listen to
Yeah.
the rules.
I'm just
And
saying
also-
examples of things you can say.
No, Jose, we've got 40 movies to go get through. If they want to keep this brief, let them keep this brief. Second movie is David's 825 Forest Road.
Yeah, that is the Stephen Cognetti film. The first film he's done that wasn't a Hell House film. Now, this was only a Shudder release, and I kind of persuaded Marie to put it in as a festival release film. And I'm going to put it in D.
Ooh.
It wasn't that good of a film. I feel like it was kind of a free swing for the guy because he had the right after the Hell House films to create a different film that wasn't Hell House, and that's where it's going to go. I hope he does more good stuff though.
I was about to say, is he going to go back to Hell House now because this was so bad?
He'll probably go back to Hell House anyway because it's popular. But
Okay.
I don't think that he should stop making other horror films. I want him to. And it's not to say it was a bad film, but
Well, why is it D
I'm putting
then?
it in D. Because I'm putting it in D, like, because I also think with other films that are going to come up, it wasn't as good as those films. So it might end up shuffling to C, and it might be at the top of D. But at the
See, I
moment,
was gonna relate these just individually, like not necessarily relating to other films, but
no,
what I just thought.
I'm thinking in relation to other films
I mean, this is the
already.
point of the tier list. I mean, the advantage of the tier list is that we can have multiple movies in one tier.
So yeah, D straight away, and that's not
D for David.
We got the good and the bad so far. But I did really enjoy that film.
All right. Next up, we've got A Complete Unknown. And is this a one where all of us can weigh in on?
I've seen it.
Not the David.
So
I
it's
haven't
just
seen it.
me and Neil. I honestly thought this was a very C tier movie. It
Oh,
like it was just a bare basic biopic, and honestly, like it was mostly musical montages. Like it wasn't terrible, but like
Oscar nominated, not terrible.
the, the Oscars nominated fucking Amelia Perez. They have no fucking clue what they're talking about.
Yes.
credibility out the window.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, this was blatant Oscar bait, and I mean, I enjoyed watching it. I could compromise for B, but for me, this was nothing special.
I would have gone B for it. I really enjoyed the musical performances in it. I thought the acting was really good. I mean, yeah, script wise, we didn't really learn anything. The film was literally, hey, I'm Bob Dylan, I'm really cool, and that's all you're going to learn about me. Also, I'm a bit of a dick to women, but
Yeah,
well,
that was the entire movie. Bob Dylan's a dick, and he can sing. Well, not really good because Bob Dylan can't sing for shit. But yeah, that was the entirety of the movie.
I'm not going to fight it. I'll say C. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Up next, A Real Pain.
Oh, I saw this one.
Oh,
So did I.
I didn't
David is the
recognize
exception.
the poster.
I went for the cute one with them like hugging. Okay, so you guys know I love this movie. I think it deserves an A tier.
I say A minimum. I would even say it's almost S tier.
It's almost
Honestly.
S tier. Interesting.
It's just a really compassionate film about a very significant topic, and I think both actors really bring a lot to the film, and it was just really well filmed. I think it was beautiful.
I'd go an A.
You would.
Happy with an A.
So the next one is maybe a little bit cheating, but in my defense, this movie did not come out in Portugal until March. So this was the only time I could actually see it. And we also didn't really talk about it much in the past. So the next movie is Anora.
Yes, I just saw this recently.
I still haven't seen it. It's
Right.
bad.
I have the Criterion.
I was waiting for it to
Ooh.
come out on streaming somewhere, and it came out on Now.
Buy physical media, David.
It came
Buy
out on
physical
Now
media.
Movies, and I don't have Now Movies.
I actually just rented it just to get it to watch it.
You're keeping the industry alive, Jose. Well done.
Right.
Yes.
So where do we put Anora? I mean, I really did enjoy this film, even though I could only understand 50% of it because the Russian parts were subtitled in Portuguese, and my Portuguese is not that good.
Oh,
But
shit.
that
Oh,
just
yeah.
shows the amount of acting that went into it that I could still understand the context, even though majority of it was in Russian. So I would say A.
Yeah, happy with
A,
A.
solid A.
Solid
Solid A.
And the only reason I wouldn't do S tier, it's not for everyone. It's not something that I think a lot of people like, or not everyone would like, but I think it is a solid movie. It's
Yeah,
entertaining.
but this is your opinion, Jose.
Yeah,
That's
I
what
mean,
we're-
this is art.
Doesn't matter what other people think. Fuck them.
I mean, it's good. I for me, it's like knocks down because like S tier is like the best of the best, and also, but there's also a rewatchability aspect for it.
Exactly.
Nora depresses the shit out of me. Like it's
Yeah.
funny, but like that ending. Like,
Yeah.
I think when we reviewed it originally, I said it's like a film of three parts. So,
Yeah.
your first half an hour is like standard rom-com, but it's really funny and it's really well done. And you really see this couple and you're like, oh, they're nice kids. Yeah, good for them. And then when the family turn up, it's slapstick comedy, but with a hint of menace because you're just like, oh, but it's really funny. But those Russian mobsters absolutely could fuck shit up if they needed to. And then it goes like full on drama towards the end. And like you say, that last scene is just like, holy fuck. And you can see why everyone got their like awards nominations for it and wins for it. So yeah, I'm quite happy with that. Mikey Madison, yeah, good.
Yes.
Up next is Babygirl.
See,
See, I was gonna say for me it's a D, guys.
oh,
I
okay.
mean, I was gonna say really low C or high D.
Okay,
So
okay.
I'm
So
happy either way.
then compromise. I
Let's
mean, the acting was good. It's just
You
that
know
plot,
what? No,
man.
put it. No, you know what? I'm D.
You're
D.
D?
You know
Yeah.
why I'm D?
I'm
Because there's nothing memorable in this film.
except you drinking milk, David. That's the only thing I remember about the film is when you drink milk on the podcast now.
Yeah, and that's only because we had that joke about it. I've completely
Yeah.
forgot there was even milk in this film.
I was about to say it's such an iconic scene, but it's not. But like that
Yeah.
was what people were saying.
Yeah. D.
Okay, D. Fair enough. Ballerina. I think this is Jose, the only one who's seen this.
I'm gonna say B. It's entertaining. It's fun. It's well done. Not a John Wick film. I would say it had a potential for A. It just it didn't deliver on the script. Neil, what is that reaction?
No, I'm sorry. So I still hate the director, Len Wiseman, and I can't believe even a film of his would be good enough to get a B.
But
But
you
I
haven't
haven't
seen
seen
it
it.
yet, so you can't.
So I can't comment.
I haven't seen it. I mean, and this is a genre that I enjoy. So to say it's a B, I'm not trying to take anything away. Ana de Armas literally carried this movie into the B territory. And Keanu Reeves made an appearance, so it was fun.
Spoilers, Jose. He's
He's
that's
on the
spoilers for John Wick
poster.
4.
He's
I know.
on the poster.
He's
And
in the fucking trailer. Yeah.
He's literally
They were-
there.
Because they were worried no one was going to go and see it, weren't they? Oh, yeah, there he is.
Moving on. Betterman, and I believe I have full autonomy over this movie, so I am putting the Robbie Williams monkey movie in A tier. I fucking love this movie. And there's nothing you guys could do about it.
I mean,
have-
we could veto it down, couldn't we, if we wanted to?
No, only if you've seen it. Like,
I wanna see this because you liked it so much.
I've seen a few reviews and everyone loves it, so I have nothing against this movie.
Like, it's fun, guys. It is fun. And honestly, I generally, if we, like, at the start of the year, if somebody would have said, what would I've enjoyed more, a musical biopic about Bob Dylan or Robbie Williams, I would have, of course, said Bob Dylan. But no, like, Monkey Man, like, did everything that a complete unknown didn't.
Of the few scenes I've seen online, it can be kind of somber moments.
Oh,
right?
it hits! It hits! There are some like proper emotional moments. Like the fact that he's a monkey, it works perfectly. Like, honestly, I've said this before, do not sleep on the monkey movie. It is brilliant.
Because of the performing monkey allegory that he said about his whole career.
Yeah, exactly. And it's funny because like he narrates it as well, and it's really
awesome.
funny. Up next, we've got Captain America: A Brave New World.
C for Captain.
Yeah, I'd go.
C.
Just
Honestly.
scrapes to see.
Just great
for
to
me.
see.
Yeah.
It has all the potential in the backing of the Marvel universe, and yet it still just doesn't deliver.
It's meh.
It was so underwhelming.
It's a cinematic definition of meh.
Meh. Yeah, fun visually. Storyline
Meh.
sucks.
No, all meh.
Oh meh.
And it gave away the ending of the film in the fucking trailer. So you're watching the film going, oh, I wonder when that bit's going to be. It hasn't happened yet. Oh, it's going to be the end of the film, isn't it? Great.
Yeah.
Brilliant. No suspense at all.
Brilliant.
But Anthony Mackie was good. I liked him. He's so charismatic and good in
Yes.
other stuff. You see him, well, I think we mentioned before, we saw him on the Graham Norton talk show. And we're like, this guy's really fucking funny. He's really charismatic. But his Captain America is somber dude. Let him have fun. You've got a great actor there. Let him have fun, Marvel.
Moving on. Up next, we've got Companion. Exactly. Now, this is something that, again, only all three of you can weigh in, except for me, because we all know I don't do horror.
It's not really a horror, is it?
It had no
More black
I'd say
comedy.
It's a
Black comedy with
definitely-
hints of horror.
Yeah.
You're right.
That's very funny.
I'd say it was similar to that one, Ready or Not, where she was running
It's
away.
not that gory, though, is it? Ready or Not is
No,
super
it's
fucking
not.
gory.
You're right. It is a lot more gory.
Dude, people explode.
Yes, I'm honestly gonna say A tier. It was a really good film, really great premise, and there were moments that I think were very inventive that I wasn't expecting. I just knew that it was going to be one thing, but then it kind of added more than I would have expected.
I'm struggling with A, man, if I'm honest, Jose.
Really?
I don't
Yeah.
think this is an A film. I think
It's a
this
B
is a
film.
B film. Yeah.
Solid B.
Really? You know what? Part of the reason I say it's an A film is because of the topic and how it kind of exposes nice guys. It really kind of tackled that
Yeah, I mean,
in a slight
a
way.
B film can have a great you know,
It's a great
something
film.
great like that. But
Okay.
I'm still thinking B is like
2 B's and an A. I know where this is going.
when you're comparing it with what's already in A, even though I've only seen one of those. So when it's comparing with the one film that I've put in A, it's not A. Are we happy with B?
Oh, this hurts me.
B it is.
2 B's or not 2 B's? 2 B's.
Death of a Unicorn. I think this is again just Neil.
Oh man, I missed this one. I wanted to see this one.
Well, you can't rank it, Jose, because you haven't seen it. Paul Rudd, Jenna Ortega, Will Poulter, very funny, Richard E. Grant. It's this weird thing of fantastical black comedy. It's good, but it's not great. It's not a film that's going to live long in the memory, so I'm going to go a C.
Gonna go C. Interesting.
Yeah.
So hang on. How comes Death of a Unicorn's perfectly fine, but Captain America's meh? It's a proper meh, and you've put them in the same tier.
Because it's not bad.
Yeah, because it's, well, do you know what? Okay. We can either push Death of a Unicorn up to a B, or we can push Captain America down to a D.
No, Captain America's not that bad.
All right, then I'm going for a B for Death of a Unicorn.
I mean, I think they both can be in C, but
Yeah, keep
Neil...
them both in C and move them.
Well, but see, they're just different movies.
David, you're the one who called this out. Like,
I know. It was Neil's.
where is it gonna go? Make a decision.
his describers are.
I'm
very
the only one who's seen
confusing.
it, so I'm going to say leave it in C. This is David right now.
Yeah.
Just wanting to.
On a movie he hasn't seen yet.
Gaslighting.
Yeah.
And I think the next one is also again just Neil, and it's Drop.
Oh, I very much enjoyed this. This is by, I believe, Christopher Landon, who did the Happy Death Day films. And it's about a woman who is on a date and has to kill her date. Otherwise, people will murder her child at home. And it's really good because that's literally in the trailer and the setup of the film, Marie.
Okay.
Yeah, they give
Good
away a
God.
lot. In the
Stop being
trailer.
Jose. Stop being Jose. But the idea of the film is it's someone in the restaurant. So then it's kind of like a who is it as opposed to a who done it, because you're like scanning the restaurant going, oh, who could it be? Who could it be? Could it be that person? And it's just really cleverly done. And the lady in it, I forget her name. I think it's Megan Fahey, who was in White Lotus season 2. She is brilliant. She's really good in it. I am going to give this a B.
Nice.
Nice.
Good to know. I think my sister would like this one.
Do you know what? It's very much a film you can watch with your parents as well, because although it's a 15 and it seems like it's got those feelings, there's hardly any violence in it. There's hardly any swearing, no sex, hardly any bad language. You're just watching going, I can't remember a film this clean
Suspenseful?
in so long, but actually it doesn't need any of the other stuff because it's just very well written and acted. So yeah, B for drop. Drop a B.
All right.
Please don't,
Next
Jose.
one is the hot new movie at the moment, and honestly, the surprise of the year.
Ooh.
F1.
I wasn't surprised. I knew it was going to be fun.
Because I told you it would be.
I'm sad you guys will watch this and I haven't.
And none of us are F1 fans,
I know,
right?
I'm the
I
only
know,
person that
exactly. Like,
watches-
so David, we can't even say this is an accurate representation of the sport or not. I recognized one person. Based on all the pointing that was going on around me, I think there were more than a few cameos in this movie. I recognized one person. I think they're legit because it's actually quite interesting of how they filmed it because they actually went to the actual Grand Prix. So yeah, it's all the like big actual drivers there, but they like. I mean, I don't think this is a spoiler because I think he's in all the promo. Who's in
Lewis
there?
Hamilton?
Exactly. He's the only one I recognized.
I mean, you gotta know that he's
You
in
kind
there.
of guessed that by you saying you only recognize one person.
Yeah.
He's the most famous driver.
There's like a famous guy who walks up at the end and says something to one of the characters like, you're clearly very famous in the world of Formula One,
Exactly,
and I have no idea
I was
who you
thinking
are.
that. I was
Who are
thinking
you?
that.
Who is this guy?
Yes.
Well, I am going to say, I'm going to give this an A. I don't think it's an S. I think it's an A.
I completely agree with you. I'm on an A.
Yeah, it's a very high A. I was
see it.
trying to think of if there was any reason for S tier, but it's not that good. Like it's good, but not S tier good.
It's technically, it's for me, it's the story, and you can't really tell the story. It's basically Rocky with cars, right? It is Rocky with cars. But as you're watching, I'm just like, but
I mean, it's the underdog story, but it's still
Yeah.
done in a very good way. Like, it's
and
like-
yes,
Joseph
very good way.
Kosinski, the director, like he's the guy who did Top Gun Maverick, and if you want someone to shoot awesome action scenes, he's your go-to guy now, Hollywood. He's absolutely kills it here.
Moving on. Final Destination Bloodlines.
But
David.
I'm.
I've seen this.
It's between.
Have you?
Oh, have you?
I saw
Oh
it.
shit!
Yeah, I saw a horror movie.
Okay.
I'm gonna
Who
say.
yeah, you go.
I'm gonna say A tier. No, I'm kidding.
What?
I was gonna say, yeah, you're taking a piss, right?
And then David was going to say, "What's the last horror film you saw, Jose?"
The Monkey.
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, this was the last film that I saw. Final Destination.
Where's it going, Jose? Come on.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say a generous would be B. It wasn't bad.
That would
It
be
was
generous.
fun.
That would be generous, yeah.
I enjoyed it because I haven't seen all the other ones. I've only seen like the main 1, 2, and
Oh, you're that person, aren't you?
I think this is a classic C. This
Yeah.
is a classic C, middle of the road. It was a proper C Final Destination film.
I'll take that.
You know, actually, you know what? As a Final Destination film, it might have been a B. But if we're comparing, like, if it's just a film, you know, it's a C film.
Yeah.
Does that make? Yeah.
I think after I saw it, I had it as a D probably. But then when we were talking about it and we did a spoiler special on it, I realised I enjoyed it a lot more than I originally did. But I think that was in direct comparison to watching the original Final Destination back to back with it. And I had arseholes in my screening as well that kind of ruined it a little bit for me. But then when we were chatting about it, I was like, oh, no, I really like that bit. I really like, and one of the best piano kills ever in the history of the world, David. I love that piano kill.
Yeah. Yep, everyone loves
Fucker deserved it.
I like the lawnmower one. That was a good one.
No, but that was telegraphed in the trailer. You knew that was going to happen.
Sure. Yeah.
Right, you lost me, guys. Where does it land?
C, please.
C tier.
Marie,
C.
Up next, Flo. No debate. S.
Oh,
Oh, damn.
our first S.
Our first S. What a surprise. S for
Not a
surprise.
surprise.
Not a surprise of how much I've been speaking about this movie.
When a
Absolute
movie makes you
cinema.
cry.
Neil, haven't you also seen Flo?
Yep, I have now seen it, and I agree. Not to the extent of Marie, but it's definitely an S tier film.
It's because you're dead inside,
Nice.
Neil.
I'm trying to decide which version to buy because there's a 4K DVD out, I believe, in the next week of it. But then Criterion have announced it's going in straight away to the Criterion edition, and I'm like, which version is the best version coming out?
What
So I don't know.
do the Criterion do that makes it different other than a different cover?
Everything, Jose. Other than a different cover. Holy fuck. They'll never let you in the Criterion closet. I'll just say that, man. Right. So they remaster all the films from scratch. They get all brand new interviews behind it. It's up there for like boutique DVD labels.
So get that version then. Just be
I
patient.
know, but I don't know if it's going to. It's like months and months down the line, and it's not officially announced for the UK yet. So yeah, I had to rent it myself to see it on streaming the other week.
Okay.
We're being surprisingly cordial, guys.
I mean, we've all watched good movies to some degree.
You could say that we're being the epitome of friendship now. So
I love a good segue. Yes, Marie.
up next, the movie Friendship, and this is Neil and Jose, I believe.
I fell asleep 10 minutes in, and so I haven't actually watched the rest of it yet.
This is only
Nothing-
Jose, I believe.
Yes, I disqualify myself from giving an opinion.
You know, I gotta admit, my initial reaction is A, and it's not that it's not a great movie, but it doesn't seem to be like something that I think a lot of audiences would enjoy.
But Jose, it's not about other audiences; it's what you think.
This is
You.
our tier list. Jose, stop trying to be a people pleaser here.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
fuck
say
'em.
B just because I think it's a good film. It's funny, it's awkward, but it's awkward,
B's still
so-
really high. B's like
Yeah.
top tier, mid level, top mid.
Okay.
Top of the middle.
Jose's too nice. He just doesn't want to
No.
say something's bad. It's
Just
like-
say it's garbage. It should be set on fire and thrown into the sea. I mean, it's probably not that bad, but I know I will watch it. Me falling asleep 10 minutes in was no mark on the quality of the film. It was just late at night, and I was very tired.
It's honestly one of those movies that you have to be in a good mood to watch because otherwise you're just gonna not enjoy it because you're like, ugh, why am I watching this if I'm not?
Or like the comedy stylings of Tim Robinson, I imagine. If you're not a fan of his style of comedy, then
particularly,
you're
yes,
Yeah.
yes. But we're not worried about other people watching it. No, I'm kidding.
We are not Jose. And Jose,
No.
I think you should leave.
I got that.
Next up, Hard Eyes. David?
I think that's just me, right? So Hard Eyes is your typical slasher film, but set in Valentine's Day. What's not to like about that? Valentine's Day killer.
Didn't they do that years ago with the one with David Boreanaz called
It's
Valentine?
campy, it's funny, it's just silly slasher films. I really enjoyed this film. I'm flittering between a C and a D, even though I say I enjoyed it, but like, it's a C. It's a C. Put it in C. Put it in C. It's a good C.
Next up, I think, again, only Neil can have an opinion on this because it just came out, so none of us has seen it. Jurassic World Rebirth.
And as I said in my TikTok review that went up earlier today, is it dynamite or is it dino shite?
You're so proud of that subheading.
Just, I love it. Yeah. I am going to drop this in the. I'm really torn between a B and a C.
Ooh.
Like, I
Explain.
enjoyed it.
Based on like what I hear online, Neil, you're like the only person who's enjoyed this movie.
I know,
I've seen
it's
some pretty
people
harsh comments.
I just enjoyed it. Like the dinosaurs, visually, it's amazing because they got Gareth Edwards who did The Creator, right, and Rogue One. You know it's going to look fucking good. The cast absolutely know the assignment. They know we are here to be this stock character and say these lines. Yes, we have an annoying family with kids in it that are thrown in, but then people, and what makes me laugh is people are moaning about the annoying family with kids in it. Every Jurassic Park film has kids in peril in it because that's literally what Jurassic Park is. It's kids in peril. And then you see a dinosaur that isn't going to kill everyone. And you're like, ah.
Well, Neil, I would actually argue Jurassic Park is a commentary on capitalism, but that's kind of, even the movie's kind of lost the point of the whole story.
When I was thinking about it, because obviously we will be doing our upcoming spoiler special on Jurassic World Rebirth, and I was trying to think about my sort of pros and cons, and I was like, there aren't really any memorable dino kills in it. Like, I was like, there needs to be, that's usually what the thing that stands out most. Like, we all
No
remember
babysitter getting thrown up into the water and being eaten.
So
yeah,
good.
they gave her like, I mean, she wasn't that bad, and that was a brutal death. But I still remember seeing that in
right?
cinemas. I was just like, holy shit.
There is nothing even close to that.
I think she only did the film because of that death.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You would,
yeah.
you would.
But I mean, it doesn't like top the most iconic death. Getting eaten on a toilet. Exactly, Jose.
There are a couple of bits where they do really well at trying to recreate the wonder of seeing dinosaurs in the wild again. And Jonathan Bailey's character is really good at kind of channeling like that bit from the original. But yeah, I'm gonna drop it in a C. It's a C.
All right. I think this one's just Neil, Juror number 2.
Ooh.
I really wanted to see this, and it did not come out in Portugal at all.
It was like out for a week in the UK. They just dropped it, man. And it's a shame because it's Clint Eastwood directing a courtroom drama with Nicholas Hoult. Again, Nicholas Hoult, amazing in this film. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. Like, if you like a good courtroom drama, this is a really good courtroom drama. I'm going to give it a solid B.
David, Karate Kid Legends.
Am I the only person that's seen it?
Yeah.
In general, like
I got
overall.
full control of Karate Kid, have I?
Are we going to have to use our veto here, Jose,
You
for like
don't
insanity
get it.
reasons?
You have to
You don't
watch
get
the
it.
movie.
Oh, God damn it.
Karate Kid. So, Jackie Chan, it's bringing the two Karate Kid movies together. It's basically Karate Kid set in New York. In all seriousness, if that last minute was the rest of the movie, but because
So what
it
you
wasn't,
mean is they're setting something up.
it's like it's a C tip. It's a C film.
Oh man, that's such
It's
a big
C
difference.
film.
Okay.
But if honest to Christ, that last minute, it was so fucking good.
David, all I'm gonna say, David, should they have just made a proper Cobra Kai film?
Yeah.
Okay, next up is The Materialist, and this is where I get full control. And honestly,
Because it's still not out here.
yeah. And oh god, guys, I'm torn between a C and a B. I honestly was not sold on this movie. It had some good moments, but it fell flat in the final act, where I think everything that I was trying to say went out the window. It did like a good job at like depicting the horrors of modern dating. It's just the final act did not sit well with me. But it does have Pedro Pascal.
And Chris Evans.
And Chris Evans.
And Dakota Johnson in.
I mean, the cast is great. I mean, the cast is what saves this movie. Okay, I'm going to be nice, and I'm going to put it in B.
Oh.
I'm currently booked to see it. They're doing an unlimited screening of it, which is ironic, like you say, as it's been out for months in Portugal. And so we got a preview screening coming up on July 27th, I believe it is. I'm booked in for it.
Well, curious what you think. I mean, I cannot get into it without too much spoilery. It's just...
Obviously, yeah.
I've got a lot of opinions on relationships. I mean, I'm the opposite of a romantic, let's just say that. I'm a realist. So it's... I don't get swayed by mushy gooey shit. I'm German. Anyway.
You said Neil was dead
speak louder
inside.
than words.
Right?
I don't know. It's ironic. If anyone's dead in this side of this group, it is me. Like, the only thing that literally brings me back to life is a cat.
Yeah, I was gonna say Flo really.
I was about to say, David, if you saw what Marie said about the life of Chuck, I was like, it's Stephen King, it's Mike Flanagan, it's going to be whimsical, it's going to be life affirming, it's going to be heart rendering, and she's like, yeah, no, Oscar bait.
Stand by
Elijah Chuck.
stand by that statement.
I wouldn't think Mike Flanagan or an Oscar bait are two things.
Just you wait, David. Just you wait. Well, actually, it died at the box office in America, absolutely. So, sadly, but yeah. Anyway, none of us has seen it, and it's not out.
Anyway, moving on. Mickey 17. Yeah, I mean, if I put Materialist in B tier, then Mickey 17 does then also deserve to go to B tier. I was a bit disappointed by this movie. I thought, like, I just wanted it to be so much more. I wanted it to be more wacky, like, more strange. And it had some, like, really good moments, like, anytime where Mark Ruffalo was on screen. I just wanted more weird. I wanted more strange. Like, there was some, like... Yeah.
People didn't like Ruffalo's performance. They thought it was too much. I was like, no, it's because you're seeing too much of a certain person in that performance that you don't like it.
Yeah, I mean, I can understand how it's grading. I mean, it's just like because like what is it, Bong Joon-ho, who directed Mickey 17, saw that scene in Poor Things where Mark Ruffalo is just going Bella, like very dramatic, and just do that for the entirety of the movie. So I understand why this is too much, but I think his scenes with Toni Collette. I mean, there's one scene, like the singing scene. Oh, fucking hilarious. But as I said, it fell a little flat for me. But Neil, what do you think?
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. It was a little bit disjointed, like you say. It was a bit tonally all over the place, but I enjoyed. Like I say, Stephen Yeun's character was really funny. Pattinson obviously was superb. The dinner scenes were hilarious. And I had no idea where the film was going when I was watching it, which sometimes is one of the best things you can say I did wonder how well it was going to do as well, because generally sci-fi comedies, except Men in Black and the ones we mentioned before, generally don't do Guardians of the Galaxy, generally don't do that well at the box office, and especially ones that have all these extra layers in it that you know you're going to get from a Bong Joon-ho film. So, yeah, I'm happy with a B. It's a shame because if it had been as good as Parasite, we would have been talking S, but we're not. We're talking B. So.
Yeah, and I mean, it's not a movie, but it's being overshadowed by another sci-fi comedy at the moment. Murderbot. I mean, Mickey 17, like Murderbot is everything I thought Mickey 17 would be.
But this is a film podcast, Marie, so you have to talk...
No, it's a film episode. We also do TV. A Murderbot review coming soon.
Yeah, Murderbot spoiler special coming very soon.
Yay.
Right, guys. It's time for some Tom Cruise. Mission Impossible, the final whatever.
Yay!
You guys might either agree with me or be surprised for what I say.
I mean, it's only Neil.
I say C.
Right?
No, it's me and Jose.
No, I saw
we did the spoiler special on it.
That's what I meant. Yeah, it's only you two. Me and David haven't seen it.
David's not far away, though. He's catching up. He's making up ground.
I'm on Fallout. Fallout's the next one I gotta watch.
It's
that's
so
a great
good.
one. But not great is this one. A C. Does this come out as a C or is this C?
Yeah, that's a C.
Me, I see C this way. It's enough.
Honestly,
of
looks like
an
you're honking something.
It was an action movie, and it didn't have a storyline, and it required you to have watched at least two other of the previous movies. It doesn't stand up. At least two major parts, and it just doesn't stand on its own. The other Mission Impossible movies, yeah, they might have had references here and there. You could have still just watched them independently and been fine, but this one, it relied too much on nostalgia. It dragged, honestly, at their parts that it just dragged.
It didn't beat the previous film. That's the point. When you do a two-part film and the second part's not as good as the first part, then you've got a problem. And I think because of the reaction to the first part of the film, which it's funny because at the time people were like, well, it's okay, but it's not as good as Fallout. And now looking back at it, part one is absolutely amazing compared to part two.
Yeah.
And so I mean, literally the first hour and 20 minutes is just previously on Mission Impossible 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And you're like, okay, some of it works, some of it doesn't work, some of it works really well, some of it really doesn't work well.
And they dropped a lot of previous story points. They're like, oh, we're going to completely forget about that.
They were definitely retconning after the unsuccess, that's not a word, failure of at the box office. Yeah, it got Barbenheimed. Although it does have Tramell Truman in it from Severance playing Captain Bledsoe, and he is fucking awesome in it. He's just stealed, as we say, Tramell eats. He just eats the sub.
I mean, A lot of their cameos are just wonderful.
But that's all they are, because they're cameos, because there's literally no character development. They're like, hey, is that famous actor? They get one scene. Hey, another famous
Yeah.
actor. Holy shit, it's Ron Swanson. One scene.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
Hannah
Hannah Waddingham from
Waddingham
Ted Lasso. One
had to
scene.
whisper to hide her British accent. I want full British Waddingham, you know?
Hashtag full British Waddingham.
There we go. I'll go with
Moving
that.
on. This has been the
Moving
longest one
on.
today. Moving on.
You're next, David.
Am I? Mufasa! That's going in F.
Wow.
Our first F.
Oh,
Mufasa. No, the thing that really I mean, it wasn't a great film just to begin with. It was your classic. Here's a prequel film. How you want to know how Pride Rock became a thing? No one fucking thought of that, but you're gonna find out in Mufasa. How did Rafiki get his stick, guys? No one fucking cared. You're gonna find out in Mufasa though. It weren't great, and the really thing that did actually made me laugh, but it annoys me, as well. The song that the big villain gets, "Be Prepared," iconic. The original Lion King. The Bye Bye song, "Bye Bye, I'm gonna make you go bye bye." What the fuck is that? It's an F. It's an F, and that's where it's going.
just glad
Right.
we've rounded out all the tiers.
Yes, our first F until then. Right, the next one. I feel
Veto!
like this
I'm
is-
vetoing! I'm vetoing! It's veto! I'm getting in there before anyone else talks. I'm vetoing this film. I don't want Marie to ruin it. It's vetoed.
How does all vetoes work, though, if we all
I've just
decide
done
to
it. That's
fight?
how it works.
That's how it works. It literally does, like full control back. I feel like since this is maybe a podcast, me and Neil could like say our opinions, but yeah.
It's going in S tier. Put it in
No!
S tier.
What?
Put
What?
it in S tier.
I would put
Oh my
it. The
God.
This is
mustache
my-
doesn't deserve an S.
This is my horror tier. This is my horror down to the absolute minute. If I could make a horror, I would make a horror like this film. I fucking loved it.
Question.
Put it in S
David.
tier.
If you can make a horror, would you remove the mustache, though?
I probably would, yeah. But put it in S tier.
Oh,
You know what's great is this is also
Yes.
Baby Dong. Because this is what
What?
walked
What are you
so that
talking
28 days later.
Baby dongs? What?
Because
Oh,
Nosferatu, he had the dong in the movie, right? You could see it for a little bit.
yeah.
Oh, I guess it wasn't
yeah.
as big of an impact.
Yeah,
It was
Clearly.
quite
it was
tiny,
definitely
to be
not a big
honest.
impact.
Yeah, it was. And
It's
So
an S,
this
guys,
movie
it
walked so
genuinely.
28 years later could run. Is what I'm saying.
I'm not even joking. For me, this is an S tier film. If I could make a horror film, this would be it, or it would be in this image. I loved
Okay.
it. Loved it. Where would
Right.
you guys put it then? If I
would say an
hadn't
A.
taken control.
An
See,
A,
I
David.
would have. I probably would have said C. You know, that I did not
Wow.
vibe with this
Wow.
movie one bit.
And that is why I vetoed it, because I'm not having none of that nonsense.
Wow. Wow.
Right.
Nosferatu there with the cat. Okay, that's my veto done, guys. I've
Yeah,
got my
David
thing,
does not have a
my
veto
piece.
anymore.
You guys need to use. You're running out of films, guys.
Oh, no, I know what
that's
I'm
the-
using
we
mine
were
on.
being nice until now.
I
Right.
know what I'm using mine on.
Novocaine. Novocaine? Novocaine?
Yeah, that was just
Okay.
me or anyone else in it.
Missed it.
Jack Quaid from The Boys, Can't Feel Pain. It starts off, Amber Midfunter from Predator is in it. From Prey, she's really good. And it starts off like this kind of really nice, meet cute rom-com. Then a bank robbery happens and she's kidnapped. And he has to go and get her back from the bad guys. And holy fuck, is this film... This is one of the few films that I've had to turn away from the screen because the level of on-screen violence and just injury shown is so horrific. But it's played for laughs. But even though it's played for laughs, you're still like, I don't want to see that. That's really fucking grim. Honestly, this has made me wince more than most horror films. And it's a comedy.
Wow.
But I really enjoyed it. I think it was fun. Like, Jack Quaid is really proven he's like full-on leading man material over the last year or so now. He's really, really good in it. So I am going to give this it's a high B.
B.
Hi,
Yeah.
hi. Hi, hi.
And I think, Neil, you're up next as well. Opus.
A24 film starring Ayo Adeberry from The Bear, John Malkovich. She's a music journalist, goes to investigate a famous reclusive pop star played by Malkovich. It's all very culty. I was like, it's absolutely going to be my jam. It's going to be so good. and it's not. It's fine, but you're watching it going, it should be so much better. I mean, it's just not great. And I wanted great from this. I wanted great. Malkovich as a dodgy 80s style pop star should be absolutely terrifying and hilarious. I mean, Aya DeBerry, she's superb as like the young music journo who's like, holy shit, I've been invited to this. She's really good. And I think because of The Bear, a lot of people forget she's out beforehand. She was really known as being a comedian. And she's so fucking funny in this as well. Obviously, bottoms. But I'm going to give this a D.
Oh.
It is no magnum opus.
All right.
Oh wow.
I'm glad you've done that because I was the only person that had 3 really bad films. So...
Well, let's see with the next one because it's again Neil and David, Presents. And I feel like, can Neil even comment on this because he just completely forgot the final like 10 minutes of the movie?
Not forgot, misinterpreted.
So I'm the only person that watched it, yeah. So Neil, I'm between C and D.
D.
Again for it.
I'm full D. Give it all to D.
I'm less of a D and I'm more of a C. But I'm happy to concede to a D. I want it a high D, though. I want this to be the highest of the Ds. I enjoyed it quite a bit, and we're putting it in D, which makes me a bit sad.
Anyway, Saturday Night. Again, I think this is only Neil, because this movie never made it to Portugal.
Man.
And that's just sad. It's sad. I have seen this movie 4 times since it came out. Twice in the cinema and twice on streaming. And I love it. I'm going to give this an S.
Wow.
I like it that much.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's very dependent on if you're a fan of Saturday Night Live and the show and you know the history.
It's not anyone else's tier. This is your tier.
That's why I'm giving it an S, Jose. Fuck them people who don't know about it. But what I'm saying is, if you don't know about it, you'd be like, well, why is it so there? If you're a fan of Saturday Night Live, it is just... Like the guy they got playing Chevy Chase, who was the Riddler in Gotham, but he's fucking superb in this. You're like, all the casting is so good on it. I mean, 2 of the 3 main cast from the 70s who were American, they've got 2 British girls playing them, and they absolutely, you wouldn't know they weren't American.
Wow.
It's just so good. I think it's Ella Hunt and Emily Fenn. Emily Fenn from Liverpool, who was in The Responder, it's like Scouse TV show, playing a drug addict, and then she's suddenly playing one of America's best known comedians of the 70s. So good, so good. I loved it, and it's just got. Do you know what? It's like if you made The Bear, but it's The Bear basically, but about a live TV show. It's that kind of manic editing craziness, people yelling and swearing, and just really sharp script and performance. Loved it. It's an S.
All right.
Alrighty.
S it is.
September 5. Just me and Neil?
Yeah.
Okay. So I really did enjoy this movie, and I think it actually did get overlooked for the Oscars. So I'm between an A and a B. I would maybe say like B because it's maybe like a little forgettable. Only when I like put together this tier list, I was just like, oh yeah, I saw September 5 and I really enjoyed it. I don't know. What do you think?
I would push it to an A. I think
An A?
only because it's, again, the subject matter is so important and it's just so well done.
The tension of it, like having the story like told in this newsroom, I completely agree with it. As I said, because it just like did not leave that much of an impact on me after a few months. But yeah, I do believe it's a very underrated movie.
And I think that's why we'll give it an A. So people go, oh, what's that film? And then they can go and see it because it is very good.
Right, guys, Sinners.
Veto.
S.
Oh,
Veto.
Fuck you,
son
Jose.
of a bitch.
Veto.
If you do me dirty here, Jose, I swear to Christ.
Right, Marie, explain again how the veto works.
David already showed us.
Yeah, if
I've got the stress ball out now.
we don't agree, before Jose says it, and now
Jose's just being a dick, though.
I would have gone, for me, maybe it would have been just an A because I thought the beginning, it was a little bit disjointed. I didn't think it, merged as seamlessly, with the horror
David seething like I am.
But, I would have, if you guys would have said S, I would have agreed with you. Because it is a phenomenal film.
It's my film of the year.
It's just,
Really?
I can't believe I'm the one saying this. It's just, it took a while for the horror to get going. I need a big
did,
butt.
but in a good way for me.
In a good way, Bill and
Yeah.
Ketchup. It's just, It's honestly, it's the only thing that I did not like about it is the vampire hunters. They just like completely fuck off. Like they
That's no reason,
disappear.
Jose, though, to give it use your veto.
What's
Yeah, that's just like that's one plot point that just did not go anywhere. So it wasn't like a perfect film.
Well, they were smart. They were like, guys, we warned you. All right, fuck it. You're on your own.
Screw these guys.
Yeah.
They
for
deserve
me?
death.
This is an S tier for me as well. I think it's a lower S tier than Nosferatu personally, but it is.
See, I personally would rate it better than Nosferatu, but you know
Same,
where
yeah.
I would put.
That's why I vetoed it. Marie.
So, Marie, with Jose being a big bag of dicks, where does this end up? Does it end up as an A then?
I mean,
No, it's
Jose.
Jose.
You
did
haven't
say-
heard what I'm gonna give it.
Yeah, Jose. What? I'm scared now.
But if he's completely ridiculous, surely it can't stand. Your tier god, Marie.
All right. So as we've discussed, vampire hunters that don't do anything, horror that
You're
really
in it for a
isn't
fraction of the film, Jose.
horror that it doesn't
It's
really even show up till the end of the film. And are they really even dying? No, they're being converted. This is not a vampire movie.
Vampirism is.
No, they
Okay,
feed
wait, let's
and
see
they
what he's-
kill most of their victims, and then sometimes they convert
Ah.
people. Yeah.
I mean, this is also where I point out that Jose does not listen to music, so we're in a full disadvantage here.
Oh, for fuck's sake, yeah.
Look, I'm not saying the music isn't good. I'm not saying that the actors are actually really good. I'm not saying that the wardrobe is amazing.
What
know,
are you saying, Jose?
The script is not as good as it should be.
Oh,
had
fuck
Yes, it is.
so
Just
many
put us out of our
potential-
misery, Jose. Just,
I regret the vetoes now, but we're too far deep in.
Can I? What if David? If you hadn't used your Marie, can we use our vetoes to veto Jose? Because then it's 2-1.
Wait, okay, let's me hear where Jose is
Yeah,
putting
what-
this, and then I might do a ruling.
I'm giving it an A. Calm down. But I
No.
love the reaction. I love the reaction.
That's still not high enough for me, Jose.
No, yeah,
It's an
for
S
you.
tier film.
I'm vetoing. It's an A, and it's a mid A, honestly.
Marie,
I would say
table
it's
a
an
motion.
extremely high A.
I'm happy for it to be an A.
I'm not.
I was really tempted to give it a B just to piss you guys off, but I knew that it
Jose,
didn't deserve
if
that.
you would have put it anywhere lower than an A, I would have said your veto could have been vetoed.
I was gonna fly to Tampa.
And whoop some ass.
But I mean, it had good moments, but it's just there's even the scene where they
No,
were
it's a
picking up the guy at the
phenomenal
train
film.
station.
It's original.
The
It's
dialogue
amazing.
wasn't as good as it could have been, honestly.
Yes, it was. Oh my god!
No.
Like, it's that good that if the vampire stuff didn't even happen, it would still be an amazing top tier film.
It would have been better if that didn't happen. Honestly, the vampire stuff barely counts as vampire. Like,
No,
I
you
don't-
cannot.
this is my opinion. This is just my opinion. This is where I'm being mean. I took David's advice.
I believe I said it earlier in the start of this miss whatever the hell Jose's doing. Bag of dicks.
I'm being hypercritical because I know the quality of Ryan Coogler's work.
This is his
and
best film for me.
I like Black Panther better.
I don't.
Oh wait, the ending sucked on that one. Never mind.
Okay.
Marie, I think we
It's
should
an
really
A
move
film.
on.
Creed was
Let's
really
just,
good.
let's just
Move.
yeah.
Yeah.
I gave it an A. Calm down. It's not
No.
like I gave it a C.
I mean, the way Jose was talking about it, I was literally scared he would give it a C. Like that is very much
A C?
undeserved.
I was
How
going
dare
there as
you think
well.
of me
Because
like
like for me,
that.
like I think S tier is like a personal pick. Like this was like the best thing
Here's
ever.
the thing is,
But
I
like,
liked
no, this
F1
is,
better than I liked Sinners. I liked Real Pain better than I liked Sinners. Sinners was fun and it was an entertaining movie, but I didn't like I didn't like it as much as these other movies that I've seen.
It's because you don't listen to music, Jose. I honestly
Yeah.
don't. If you weren't such a nice guy, I would think you're a psychopath. Anyway, let's
Fair.
wind
Speaking
this
of
all
music.
down. Speaking of music and,
And crimes
extreme-
against humanity.
David, Snow White. I mean, I shouldn't really ask. I know where this is gonna fall.
I only actually watched 45 minutes of this film, and that was all I needed to watch.
Ooh.
Did you need to
Yeah.
gouge your ears out and your
Just
eyes?
pop it in F, and nothing else needs to be said about that.
The Accountant 2. I think this is only Jose.
Yeah.
I wanted it to be B, but I'm just gonna say it's C. It
Okay.
wasn't as it wasn't the same as the first one in terms of like I felt like I was enjoying more of the first one, and then in the second one, it just kind of used some premises and really didn't do it for me. So yeah, I'll keep it simple.
All I'll say, Jose, where the first one was mainly focused on Ben Affleck's character, the trailer and all everything I saw for this, it seemed like it was more of a buddy movie with him and his brother, played by the Punisher himself, Mr. John Burthell. Did he have as much to do in this?
He had more to do it, and yes, but I don't think it was as entertaining as I was wanted to be. I'm being brutal here.
I mean, Jose woke up with the wrong side of the bed. I mean, to be honest, it is 4th of July, so he's taking out his revenge on the Brits.
And yet we've not even reached the Brutalist yet.
Oh,
Right. The Amateur.
Speaking of Joe Bernthal in films, yeah, literally The Amateur and The Accountant 2 came out within about a week of each other in the UK. I was like, oh, it's John Bernthal in the trailer. Oh, it's John Bernthal in the trailer. In fact, it was also John Bernthal in the trailer yesterday when they showed the teaser trailer to Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey that literally said 1 year from now. And they showed
what?
Yeah, they showed the teaser trailer before, and you will all see it when you go and see Jurassic World Rebirth.
Oh wow.
But The Amateur. Look, Rami Malek playing a CIA guy who's like, I'm really clever, but I can't fight. But I'm really clever. And then a tragedy befalls him, and then he wants to get the guys. And Lawrence Fishburne's in it, and there's some other people in it. John Bernthald's in it, but not as much as I'd like. And I was just watching it going, okay, they showed the whole film in the trailer. And it was. I'm hovering between a C and a D. And honestly,
Wow.
it should have been better. So I'm giving it a D.
All right. Up next, The Brutalist. Guys, I mean, I think this is a C.
I'm happy with a C. I put it in C as well. I like this is the definition of Oscar bait film for me.
Yes,
it is
exactly.
Amazing performance. It did
But
have
it's half a performance. He's not even speaking Hungarian.
amazing cinematography. It had. I could not tell you if Neil, if you could tell me, if you want to put it higher, if you could tell me what this film is about, I'll let you put it higher. In 3.5 hours.
Guy Pearce being a bit horny for
what this film's about, you can put it higher.
Brutalist architecture.
3.5 hours? Holy shit.
Hey, it had the intermission thing, which was really cool.
What, you like that it allowed you to go pee? I mean, I live in Portugal, so I have that luxury every single time I go into go see a movie.
I genuinely, Marie, would love that.
I would have gone B because, yeah, performance, cinematography, all that, but we've clearly dropped it in C. So I'm not going to fight it because, yeah, it was great to see it in the cinema, and I was like, oh yeah, cool. And then I remember when we talked about it, I was like, I didn't realize it was not based on a true story because it felt so much like a biopic. And then I was like, oh, it isn't.
But then,
so knocked down again.
And then when you realize it's not a biopic, then all these subplots no longer make sense because they're just like, okay, then what was the point?
Yeah.
It just bounced about. And as I said, as someone who's Hungarian, the fact that they did AI generated Hungarian. I think I would have ranked it higher if they actually cast an actual Hungarian actor rather than Adrian Brody, who's technically is Hungarian, but he said that he only knows the curse words. And that don't count.
My biggest issue with it, I couldn't tell you the plot. Or I could tell you the plot. Hungarian bloke starts working for a really rich American bloke to build stuff.
Yeah.
3.5 hours later. That's
3.5 hours, some cinematic shots later. Like that shot that they have on the poster, absolutely gorgeous. But
Beautiful.
Still, it's like
opening theme, amazing bit of music.
Yeah, the music is great, I have to admit.
Bit of dong in this as well.
And just in case someone I know, the editing is also quite good.
And hand jobs, really uncomfortable hand jobs.
The most
So
uncomfortable hand job scene in the entire history of cinema. God, what is it with this year in dongs? It's
moving on.
Year of the dong.
It is. Moving on. And I think this is the one that I can only comment on. Legend of Ochi.
I'm interested in this one.
Which I actually haven't had a lot of chance to talk about this. This was I really appreciated it for its originality. I thought this was a really cute film. William Dafoe is Dafoeing. This is like
Love a good Defoe.
yeah, this is like this quintessential like his kind of movie to be in. Film Wolfhard, I think doesn't even have a single line in this movie. He's just there. And like the little creature that they have in there is really cute. And obviously anything that has like an environmental message on it, I'm on board. However, it is a little bit forgettable. So I am going to put it in B tier. Like even though I appreciate the originality and I do recommend everyone seeing it, until I put together this tier list, I kind of forgot that I saw this movie. But it's also one of those ones where you leave the cinema and you go, "What the fuck did I just watch?" Because it's like it's surrealism in a film, basically. All right, The Monkey Guys.
Hey.
Who's seen it? Jose?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
3 of us. Okay.
Oh, fab.
Oh,
Okay.
3 of us.
Go on then, Jose.
I
Yeah.
don't watch horror, but it's hard to say that this was even much of a horror as well. But it was more of a thriller. I feel
It
like.
was a horror.
Well, there's
Dude.
gory parts.
There was
There's
gory parts every 10, 15 minutes.
That's a scary ass monkey on the poster.
I mean, it had long periods of time where they were talking, nothing really happened. I don't know if horror is like that. I feel like a horror has more death. I'm gonna be
You sure
mean.
you watched the same monkey?
Yeah. Monkey in a Box. Very awesome cameo in the opening
That was
scene
good.
we won't spoil.
Honestly, I really liked it. I think it's a B tier.
Yeah,
You
I'd
know,
go
it's
B.
good,
Okay.
nothing great. B tier.
I think at the time, David, we said it tailed off a little bit towards the end. Like we loved it when we came out of seeing it, and then we kind of revised
It
down a
did
little
dip
bit
at the
afterwards.
the end,
Yeah.
yeah. And yeah, I think we did revise our review of it in retrospect. Straight, 'cause it's one of those in the cinema after you've just watched it. It was so entertaining. It was amazing. But then when you start to dwell on it a little bit more, you're like, eh, yeah. And it
Yeah.
sort of dips and dips. So it might be dipping into that C tier range. But if Jose's happy with B, I'm happy with B.
It was weird.
It's just a horror comedy. I don't know what's weird about it.
It
Weird
was
would be
weird.
like Donnie Darko or
No,
strange
Donnie Darko
films.
twisted.
I think this is up. Like I like this as much as Companion, so I'm happy with B.
Yeah.
Looking at the other films,
I'd
in
say
B.
it would be a low B. You know, like I could see why you would be okay with saying
I go
C.
mid B.
I don't
It
watch
was
a lot of
definitely
horror in
better than
general.
Hard
So
Eyes. So yeah.
Right, so
moving
B.
on.
B.
Cool. All right, next up is the Phoenician Scheme. Has anyone else gotten around to seeing this, or is it just
I
me?
haven't yet.
All right, yay, full control. Again, I'm gonna put it in A. This is definitely one of my favorite Wes Andersons. It doesn't top Moonrise Kingdom for me, but I do think it was really, really fun, and one of his like better newer ones. Although I haven't seen Asteroid City yet, but yeah, I really enjoyed Phoenician Scheme.
It's okay.
I really like Asteroid City as well. Moving on.
Moving on, The Ritual.
Oh, that's
Neil?
just me, I think. Dan Stevens and Al Pacino as priests. It's basically The Exorcist with. In fact, I believe it's even based on one of the same articles or stories that influenced
Yeah.
Exorcist.
It's yeah.
The only difference being this happens at like a kind of convent place as opposed to a house with the girl, and I kind of really dug it. But it's so forgettable and so formulaic. I feel like I liked it a lot more than most people. It's had some pretty shitty reviews out there, but I don't know how high I'd go on it. Maybe, yeah. I think it's a solid C. You really get a sense in this of the priests trying everything they can to do the depossession on the girl, like do the rites. It takes place over weeks and weeks, and you just see everyone getting ground down by the failure, and she's getting worse and worse. So I really like that. You don't kind of get that in how many exorcism films have you seen? And you'll speak to this, David, where they grab someone and then it's all one attempt. They don't keep trying and trying and trying.
Yeah. To be honest, I'm not that big of a fan of possession horror.
We know how to scare David now.
Right, The Surfer. I think Neil again.
Ooh, I was going to go A, but I'm going to go B.
You want to go B?
Yeah, I'm going to go B.
Wow.
This is absolutely not the film you think it's going to be, despite the trailer making it look like one thing. It's kind of weird and psychedelic. It's Nicolas Cage playing an American who wants to move back to Australia to buy his childhood home because he was, I guess, half American, half Australian, and he wants to move there with his son. They go to surf on a beach, and the locals are like, "Don't live here, don't surf here," and then they get into a fight and they steal his surfboard.
That sounds like exactly the trailer.
No, but that's the trailer. That's literally the start of the film. And then you're like, he like takes his son home and he goes back in his car and he just stays there and starts like going after the guys. And it gets you're like, dude, just go home. The whole way through this film, I was just going, dude, just leave it, let it lie. Don't go full cage. He goes full cage. But it's just such a weird film because it's one of these ones where you're not really sure what the fuck is going on. And the way the script is so cleverly written, it's kind of taking you one way than the other. At one point, I was convinced this is where the story's going, and then it wasn't. But I really enjoyed being wrong because it was so cleverly done. So it's a really weird little curio. But honestly, go and see it if you get the chance. Cage is he's just on another level. Like, he knows the assignment. He gets to be Nick Cage, and also the film's just really fun. He's on a run now. I really enjoyed it.
Woman in the Yard.
Well, telling you who the woman in the yard is like the main premise of the woman in the yard. Like,
Okay. So perhaps don't.
This is so I only watched this film a couple of days ago, so it's quite fresh in my memory. It at the very start, it's really slow going. It's only got like a total of 5 cast members in it. It's about a mum with 2 children, isolated in a farmyard home, and a woman in a black veil dress, as shown in the poster, just turns up in the garden, and you're like, who is this person? Slow going. It's the type of film though that makes you feel smart for getting it, because you can work out what's going on before the reveal, and so it kind of makes you feel smart for getting it earlier on. And the final third's better than the beginning. It's a D film.
It's a D film. I'm sensing like a theme here with you, David.
D's aren't bad.
You know what?
No, they're
David
not.
likes to watch movies. That's the whole point.
They're not. So D films aren't bad films. Woman in the Yard is a D film though for me. I didn't enjoy it that much. But I enjoyed 825 Forest Road way more than this.
I'm confused about your 825 rating. You should put it as a C.
You have to watch the film to know why it's a D, I guess.
Okay.
We're on to emotional trauma.
Ooh.
Thunderbolts.
I'm gonna just say straight up. I watched it twice. I really enjoyed the movie. It's an A film for me.
I was gonna go for A as well, just because it was like the first time I remember that I actually enjoyed the Marvel movie for a very long time.
I too was going to go A.
Wow, we're all agreeing. We're all being nice.
There we go.
The movie worked.
Yeah.
I mean, Sebastian Stan should be an S, but
is Marvel back?
Yeah.
I mean, we've got
they made a good film.
Captain Brave New World in C, so we'll see. Anyway, this is Neil and Jose Warfare.
Ooh.
It's a simple story because it's based on true events. Nothing crazy. It just really showed authentic warfare and how chaotic and how sometimes even like trained soldiers can be just a little bit jarred through the whole situation of fighting. And I think it was really well done, really well filmed. And I want to give it an A just because it's just a good movie overall, but it's just very simple. So that's the only limitation I would say.
I'd give it a B.
A or B, guys?
So doesn't it average out to go lower?
Yeah, then probably a B. A high
So
B.
it's a B then.
High
Didn't
B.
even need to use my veto, Jose. Just saying.
Yeah. I just like the chaos that erupted when I vetoed.
You just did it to be a knob.
Yeah.
I'm feeling that. No one else needed to use a veto today. No one.
Yes.
No.
I vetoed.
Did you? What you veto?
How quickly?
Fucking hell,
Nosferatu, dude.
What, dude? Get your memory
Oh, yeah.
checked, bro. What is going on?
Honestly, yeah, I have
thought
to
he was-
say I'm a little bit worried.
Neil, you need more than 5 hours of sleep. Seriously, I think it's
I'm
affecting
going to tell you at the beginning of the next episode, Neil. I'm going to give you a memorable word, and we'll see if you can remember it at the end.
Knob. That's the word.
2 more movies left, and we actually did some decent time here. And these are the last 2 that Neil made me add, so that's why it's not in alphabetical order.
Mm-hmm.
So the first one is Freaky Tales.
Which stars Ben Mendelsohn and Pedro Pascal. So you have Krennic and the Mandalorian in this utterly weird, a Pulp Fiction style story of 3 different tales, freaky tales, going on in the 80s at the same time. It's really heavily based around music. There's like a punk band. There's like two girls that are like a rap contest, which bizarrely made me think of like 8 Mile, which is like, okay, Pedro Pascal's in it. It's a really weird, strange film. And like I said, they are freaky tales. There's a bit with a guy with a samurai sword and basketball. It's got a lot in it. It's actually written and directed as well by Anna, I think I want to say Anna Bodin and Mark Fleck, who wrote Captain Marvel. So this is what they've done since, and I liked it. I really enjoyed it. As Jose would say, it's not for everyone, but I don't care. Fuck everyone. It's a good film. I'm giving it a B.
B.
Give it a B.
Fair enough.
And
I'm gonna say this is a pretty good pyramid of things.
It
know.
just
Pyramid
looks like a
scheme.
lot of mid-tier films right there.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of shows the strength of the year. I mean, to be honest, we actually didn't see like the biggest movies of the year. Like none of us saw Minecraft.
Yeah.
for good reason.
For good reason. But well, just Lilo and Stitch is another one all of us skipped. So
How to Train Your Dragon's out right
How
now.
to Train Your Dragon
Oh,
again. It's
forgot about
another
that
one that
one.
we all skipped. So
I'm kind of curious to see that one.
People say it's really good, and I've heard Lilo and Stitch is quite good as well.
but all from all I hear from How to Train Your Dragon, they're like, yeah, it's a shot-for-shot remake, so that's why, of course, it's good because the original is good. Like,
Yeah.
before we get sidetracked, we have one last movie. Again, this is Neil's Dangerous Animals.
I love this film. This was a secret screening the other week, and I was really hoping it was going to be a couple of films, and this be one of them, and it was. This is Captain Boomerang from the Suicide Squad, Jai Courtney, at his most Jai Courtneyest I've ever seen. Think a cross between Steve Irwin and Patrick Bateman. Right? Just
Nice.
sheer murderous rage, and then, oh, a really nice Aussie guy you'd like to go on a fishing trip with. He is both of these things at the same time.
Wow.
From the trailer, this is a film where Courtney, as we know, plays a serial killer who kidnaps people, couples, women, whoever really, and feeds them to sharks and films it. That's his whole deal. He loves it. This is such a nasty, violent, but also funny B movie. This is like the definition of a B movie. You know, it's like a throwback Grindhouse one. It's really nasty, but in all the best ways. Courtney has never been better in his life. There is an extended sequence again that you see in the trailer where he's drunkenly dancing around in his underwear to some really bad 80s music, pissed out of his face. And it's just so funny. I think he's kind of entered the right age to play the roles now that he is meant for. He is the right age to be. He can be the hero, the rugged hero and stuff, because he's got the age on him. But also he can be the absolute psychotic, murdering dirtbag that you see in this film as well. Dangerous Animals. Go and see it. It's really fun.
What's the rating, Neil?
Yes.
I went on so long I forgot where I started. I'm giving it, as it's a B movie, I'm giving it an A. Goes on an A for me.
That's what it sounded like.
Right. This is it. Exactly. We've gone through all the movies. Now this is like where like David asked, like sometimes in the tier list you also get to arrange the tiers themselves. So basically it's left to right.
Cue another hour.
No, I mean
We'll do it quick. So Sinners,
we'll do it
obviously,
quick.
very
Exactly.
high,
I'm just gonna, and I think maybe
all the way, Marie with Sinners. All
Oh,
the
I
way.
thought
Yeah,
I
all the
did
way.
all the way.
Sinners
Sorry.
over 28 days, definitely.
F1, I think top 5 in the A's.
Yeah. Okay, now it's top 6. Yeah, F1 over Betterman, definitely.
I see nothing's happening with the S tier.
I think the the S tier is like we.
I'm happy with that.
Are you all in?
I'm not gonna fight Marie for Flo. She
Thank
loves
you.
it.
This is
It's
where
fine.
the
Your veto
this is where
comes
the
in?
pitchforks comes out.
I'm no goodie. Saturday Night Live isn't
No,
better.
no,
It's
Saturday
not.
Night Live does not trump.
I don't
Flo.
even need to have seen it. Okay.
I just told you, I've watched Nosferatu once. I've watched Saturday Night Live 4 times this year. And that's all I'm going to say about that.
I would drop down Ballerina.
Ballerina, boom. Get it
Okay.
down.
Yeah.
I think Companion's
up there.
in the right place, David.
The Monkey I prefer to Companion
Really?
out of like the two.
Really?
yeah.
I'd
I'd
say
like-
Monkey.
I
could
wouldn't have
see
said
number
it's
2.
the top of B Companion either, even because like I said, I prefer the Monkey. So
I'd put,
Neil, you're the tiebreaker?
I'd put the Surfer up quite high in the top 3, maybe. Drop can be dropped down.
You can drop Friendship a little bit. Maybe halfway.
I'd put Novocaine up then to after Juror number 2, maybe. Novocaine's really good. You'll have a good time with that.
Warfare maybe a little bit higher too. I'd say. Do you want to agree? Warfare top 5?
Yeah, Warfare's fine. Yeah, Warfare's fine where it is. Mickey 17 over Materialist. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Although no, drop over Ballerina just because I hate when Len Wiseman.
Ouch.
He's a bad director, Jose, and I don't care what anyone says. Anyone could have made Ballerina good, and it was just fine, from what I've heard. A good director,
Captain America down a bit.
Drop
like
Captain America,
boom, right at the end.
Right at the end, fair.
Yeah.
Karate Kid needs to go above Hard Eyes for me as well.
Okay.
I'd move Jurassic World up a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ahead of Final Destination.
Yeah.
Even though Final Destination can drop down a bit as well, I think.
Maybe move the Brutalist up a little bit. Past Mission Impossible.
Past Mission Impossible.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah.
All right, David, Mufasa or Snow White?
I think I'm happy with that. Mufasa was. I finished
didn't even
Mufasa.
finish Snow White. Exactly, you didn't even finish Snow White. But
David, would you say 825 should be at the bottom of D?
No. I actually think I did it dirty. From my pure enjoyment of it, I would put it in C. But because I equally know it's not that great of a film across like all things that make up a film, that's why it's in D. So I want it high D. For sure.
You love the D.
I genuinely enjoyed that film. I preferred it to Babygirl. I preferred it to Presence as well. A Woman of the Yard can be at the bottom for me.
I apparently preferred Sleep to Presence. I believe we're done. That was less painful than I expected.
There we go.
Except Jose being a bag of dicks over sinners.
I mean,
Calm down.
Hashtag bag of dicks.
I've always said I'm not the audience for that movie. So
Hashtag
that's why
bag of dicks Lopez.
Right. So that is our tier list where we somehow agreed, like other than a few moments, Jose. I think we actually got together. This is we actually agreed, which is rare for the We Needed Roads podcast. So so yeah, let us know if you agree with us. Let us know if we should have included not just cinematic releases, but also studio original movies. But let's be honest, they all would have been either on D or C tier. And I'm not usually the one who does the outro, so I'm just going to throw it back to Neil, because this is scary. I don't like being here.
Well, it's nice and easy to do, Marie. That's all the time we have on this week's episode of the We Need a Rose podcast. I'd like to thank my co-hosts Marie, David and Jose. Marie, where can people find you on the socials?
You can find me under the handle Life on Mars. That is TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram. And you can check out my other podcast, Two Girls, One Reusable Cup, which is the complete opposite of this.
I can't even imagine what the complete opposite of this would be, to be fair.
A podcast all about sustainability with a slightly sexually suggestive title.
We have called Jose a bag of dicks a bunch, though, in this episode.
Yeah, but this is not the Bag of Dicks podcast. I mean, maybe it should be.
It kind of is.
It could be. It's been.
We talked about rebranding and we decided to keep the name. I'm not even sure
People told us.
I don't think YouTube would allow the Bag of Dicks podcast.
It's probably taken already, to be fair. David, where can people find you on the socials? With your Bag of Dicks sounding name as well.
Open up your phones on Instagram, search We Needed Roads and give us a follow on there. And you can also find me on Blue Sky under long.d at Blue Sky.
I feel like this is how it started, the Year of Dongs, with David's Blue Sky handle.
Guys, I can't help having a big dick. Okay, I was born
You can't
with
help
it.
being a what? You can't help being a what? And from long.d to Mr. Bag of Dicks this episode, Mr. Lopez.
Yes.
Mr. Vito.
Mr. Vito.
The Vito.
Mr. DeVito.
You can find my regular account at A Spanish Joe.
You can't. It's gone. I've doxed you.
I'm also a photographer by trade, and so you can find my Instagram account at Jose Lopez Photos. My website is jlopezphotos.com. No photos of J-Lo or her weddings yet. Maybe someday.
And you can find me at Needed Roads on Twitter. I forgot the we. Neil Gregory 78 on Instagram and Threads. Neil G 78 on Blue Sky. And even now at Neil Gregory 09 on TikTok, which is actually our We Needed Roads account, which is going to have all our stuff up on there. I just forgotten how to change. Well, I just don't know how to change it yet. And Marie's going to help me out with that with some time. For some reason, We Needed Roads is already taken, and they will be hearing from our lawyers. And for more We Need Even Know shenanigans, you can find us on Spotify and also on YouTube, where you can find our full library of episodes. And if you like what you've heard, hit that bell icon and subscribe, because we're also uploading lots of short form content as well now. And trailer reaction vids, instant reviews. Basically, if one of us goes to see something now, they have to do a review if everyone else hasn't seen it. And also lots of spoiler specials coming up as well. So let us know what you thought of our tier list as well, as Marie said. Are we right? Are we wrong? Is Jose a big bag of dicks for giving Sinners an A and using his veto? And don't forget to leave a comment calling Jose a big bag of dicks as well. And make sure to join us next time on your favourite plutonium-powered pop culture podcast. See you then.
We Needed Road.